Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode on Higher Vibes Podcast. Okay, so today is episode 11, and we're going to discuss the topic, which is the versatility of food. So I'm going to, every episode we go in, we find a definition to the subject, and then we move on to my definition and then my experience or whatever questions that I wrote down to go through. But let's dive in. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so the definition for food, I looked it up. It said any nutritious substance that people or animals or I don't know why I say people or animals or drink. I don't know. I don't know. But or drink, it say that plants absorb in or to maintain life or grow. So basically, people, plants, or animals, the whatever nutritionist substance that they take in to maintain life and growth. My definition is similar. But my definition basically says food to me is something that gives you energy in any way, form, shape, or fashion. Basically, examples like the sun, fruits and vegetables, positive energy from people, knowledge, and so on and so forth. That's my definition. But my experience with food in my younger years, oh my gosh, it was so brutal. But I'm telling y'all, that was the longest love lesson that I ever had to learn. My relationship with food. But the food that I grew up on wasn't even that bad. I wouldn't even say it was that bad because my aunt used to make us dinner, and my mom like spaghetti and we had vegetables and stuff like that with our food. Um, But I would say it more so kind of started when I was eating out, like fast foods and stuff like that. That the food really disagreed with my whole entire being. As I grew up, like I noticed like certain foods didn't really agree with me. But it wasn't until the high school, like in my senior year, where I saw like a huge difference in my life that food showed me that excuse me, ma'am, are you living to eat or are you eating to live? Cause try and figure that out. That's that's basically what my body was telling me, ma'am. But yeah, so in my senior year, like I started to eat more salads that year. And also in my younger years, I had a period of time where I stopped eating meat for a while, and that was like in 7th grade. My mother's like, "Oh my gosh, you're getting too skinny." You're getting too skinny. So back then, I guess my mom, she really didn't know what the balance was for like kids. For her, she did it. She started doing it and she like showed us like the videos of like the little videos where they was doing the stuff to the cows and the chickens and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say too much. But that's why I didn't want to eat meat in the first place. But it started like that in 7th grade. But then I had to go back to eating meat because of certain things my mother was worried about in my diet. I guess she didn't, she wasn't well educated on areas where I was supposed to eat certain things as a balanced diet as being like vegan. But in that time uh of me eating more salads, I dropped a lot of weight in my senior year in high school. I had to be less than, I would say less than 150 pounds, I would say. Not in my senior year, but a little after my senior year, I had to be less than 150 pounds at that point. But soon I kind of started to catch on things later down the line, that it wasn't only what I was putting into my body that helped me in that transformation, but what I chose to listen to, the friends I had around me, my mentality. Uh, it was all of those things that was feeding me. So I was always a positive person, but I had some things like mind barriers and like mindsets to get through to reach a certain level of positivity. Like in church, we always went, on a Daniel fast. I would say um, that's probably what like sparked a lot of the stuff being on a Daniel fast. But when I went on a Daniel fast, I learned a lot. Like that fast help you gain like access to spiritual knowledge about how to better take care of yourself. Church was kind of a way that fed me in a remembrance to keep going, never quit, because the miracle is always on the other side. Like it's always on the other side. And I'm not really religious at all, but church has been one of them things that has helped me, you know, keep a positive mindset. I have had um been fed knowledge from most, if not all, religions, guiding me with information um, that came to this complete form of food that was helping me become the version of me that I am today. All of the guidance, all of the practices, the healing activities, and the love that came from these spaces allowed me to grow in ways younger me couldn't have even imagined. I know all versions of me right now. It's like, dang girl, what you doing? Like what you doing? Like I'm telling y'all, like I definitely I speak to my younger selves. And they be like, girl, you doing that thing. Like you doing it. But I'm telling you, me also being exposed to people with different mindsets helped me as well. um I began to see the difference of people as I stepped out of my comfort zone. I seen so many mindsets, personalities, traits, habits, rituals, routines, practices, and it's like, to be honest, we just all want food. We just all want food in many ways. Um, just possible to keep us going, to keep us growing. Another source of food for me was sitting in nature. Oh my gosh. Just sitting in nature, sitting in the sun, sitting in between the trees. It could be anywhere, but mostly the forest for me. Y'all know. It's the forest for me. I'm gonna get married in the forest. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's the forest for me. I'm gonna get married in a forest. I'm telling you. Already got it down pat. Already got it. But yeah, just sitting in nature, just absorbing the intelligence and sorry y'all, I gotta get my alarm. I'm on a cleanse, so I gotta make sure I'm following all my alarms. But yeah. So just absorbing the intelligence and the stillness, the unconditional love of just being. That's my favorite type of food. Just sitting in nature, because it's such a pleasurable feeling, and it's such a calming and aware feeling that you just feel so relaxed and so in the moment. And so it's like everything you ever wanted in one, like just in one small second, like literally. But this actualization of, food, and how it's, just how you can get food in many ways have opened my eyes to like many things, many realities, many awareness. Like, I don't know how to say that. Many awarenesses. I don't know. But anyway, um that's it for now. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Higher Vibes Podcast, y'all. If you're watching, I say you're watching. Soon we're gonna be on YouTube. Soon. That's look. That was a sign. That was a sign. If you're listening, if you're tuning in, thank you for listening and tuning in. You can find me on TikTok at Higher Vibes. The handle is MOONASWORLD underscore. It's Moona's World underscore. And my Instagram is at Higher Vibe Bay. So it's HIGHERBAE. Oh no, I'm sorry. HIGHERVIBEBAE. And that's my Instagram handle. But I thank y'all for tuning in and listening, and I see y'all on the next episode. Peace.